everybody, it's Tereese. I am back with another video. I wanted to pop on and share something that I was inspired by Vicki, who's Try Heart 67 here on YouTube, and she shared something, her last video, and I'll link her down below, to another YouTuber. I think it's the Creative Cove. Is that it? I'll link her down as well. Shared this technique of just playing with your watercolors and making something, small enough to add to, a journal. You can add it to an ATC, you can add it to, oh my gosh, so many things. A card even. You can make this. You can put several on a card. Sorry. So Vicki inspired me to get out my watercolors and watercolor paint and stamps and try this technique out. I didn't know how well it would do, but it turned out awesome. I love it. I'm not very good at watercoloring, and I was drawn to this technique because it you don't have to be an expert. You can just try it out and play and use what you have and create something. And I just love this idea, and look how much I've made so far. So I use some watercolor paper that I've had in my stash. It's from Michael's, I believe. It's from Canson, right here. And it is cold pressed as 140-pound watercolor paper. I use, I think this is a Tim Holtz washi tape, but it stuck to the paper really well, and as you can see, it lifted up some of the watercolor, so it kind of ripped the paper, but I'm like, I don't care. I like how that looks, so it didn't bother me too much. But if you want it to be perfect, it may bother you. So I would recommend using a washi tape that is not so sticky, or I should have put it on my clothes before laying it down, to get the stickiness, to not be too sticky. So, but I don't care. I like the look of these, so I am not disappointed one bit. So I just use some of my watercolors that I've had for years, and I wanted just to try it out with some of my cheaper watercolor. I do have some, oh my gosh, Prima, and maybe I could try this with the Tim Holtz crayons and stuff like that, but I just wanted to try it out, see if I like it, and then maybe I'll use different watercolors, and try it out with them and see how it would turn out. But I just love how these turned out. I really love the colors, and usually watercolors, they usually are lighter when they dry, and I guess I used a lot of pigment and it turned out great. So how she did it was, you laid your paper down and then you masked, rows and some columns, and then you get all these little squares or rectangles. Like this is a square. Let me see, I'll show you one. These are rectangles. Well, that's more of a square here. But she called them thumbnails. The Creative Cove, I believe, is the person that Vicki referred everyone to, and I liked it. I was like intrigued, and I was like, I gotta try this out. So I busted out some old stamps from my stash. This is a Studio G stamp, and I have no idea what stamp this one came from. But it's a smaller like a postage stamp, or cancellation stamp. So I used that, and then I also used my this is like my go-to stamp nowadays to put adding some script down. And you know, I really love how these turned out. I just used different kinds of combination of colors and stamped them. I wasn't really thinking about it. I stamped it while the washi tape was still on there. So when you reveal it, it's so like, oh wow. It was so much fun, and I want to thank Vicki for sharing this technique because I love this. This is so cool. And then if you can see, I also used some of the metallic watercolor and kind of spritzed it on, not spritzed it, but like splatter it onto my project. Different colors. Like I think this one is like a gray. This one has like a metallic blue. I think this one, I don't know if you can see it, but there is some pink. And then this one, I'm not sure what color I used. I think it might have been a silver, but I don't know. But doesn't that look cool? Oh my gosh, I love it. This was so much fun, so easy, so quick. But I would just use a different tape if you don't like the rough edges. I do. It didn't bother me. But other than that, this is so much fun. I'm gonna add these to maybe my ATCs that I'm doing, my playing cards, and see how that would, how that would look. I think, doing this on a card, putting this on a card would be really cool. So many things you can add these to. So I will have Vicki, Vicki's channel down below, as well as the Creative Cove, and maybe you will be inspired to make these as well. So thank you everybody for watching, and have a great week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.